You were able to see it the whole time.
All right, we're live, fellas. Behave.
Stream.
Is someone gonna share it? I can share it. All right, I'll share it.
Perfect. We currently have 0 viewers. 0. They're so excited. Oh wait, now we got 17. LOL.
That was fast.
That was a quick turnaround, boy.
What's the most viewers you've ever had in a stream?
So I got rated one time, so it was like total at one time was like 120, 130.
Damn. On Twitch? That's a lot, yeah.
Respect to the suit and tie, but we gotta fix that collar.
You talking about me? Who said that, man? My girlfriend did her best, man. I didn't do this shit.
So I got rated one time.
Man, I don't want to hear that. Who said that? I'm going in the comments.
We got a quick 30 in here. Shake ass if you're excited for the draft. At the end of the show, I'll do it.
It's clicking. So respect to the suit and tie, though. I like it. 37 in 2 minutes?
Yeah, man.
How cool is that?
$37. Where's 57?
He said, nah, looking good, man. Thank you. Thank you.
That's what it's all about.
You know what's crazy, fellas? No troll. I promise I'm not even like... I'm dead serious. I ran into a tree today. Like, face first, like, ran into a tree. Like, look, I'm not sure if you see that right there. Ran into...
Okay, so we need some context on that, please.
Yeah, so I went home for Father's Day, right? I live like 2 hours away. I only get to see my brother like probably like 10 times a year. Well, probably more than 10 times a year. Probably like 20 times a year, right? You know, and we're good buddies now. So we're like boxing in the front yard. Not actually boxing, but you know, play fighting, right? You know, I got my hands up, right? And we're outside. We were playing cornhole or bags or whatever you want to call it. And I'm backing up, and I back up I just ran into a tree, man. So yeah, I just walked into a tree, and like a big tree, like we're talking about an oak tree. So yeah, it was not good. But,
Poll of the chat: worse, walking into a tree or walking through like a glass sliding door?
oh, you did that?
No, absolutely not, never. But like, which would be worse?
Oh, shout out to the 50 in the chat.
52 in 3 minutes. I mean, we might be the
Good
best.
shit, y'all. Let's go.
People stoked about it, man.
How excited is that? Well, we can probably kick it off.
We can get started, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Absolutely. So this media source off, and we will just enjoy the animations, everything like that. 1 second, let me get it pulled up. All right, here is the video, and we're gonna start this bad boy now. I'm just kidding. The draft fold is locked. Unlocking the sealed results. The pick is in. The number 1 pick of your season 1 PHA draft will be Preem. What how do you call him?
Preem. Yep. So, you guys don't remember? I believe Frosty had the number 1 overall pick, correct? Pruner Green.
Yes.
If I recall correctly. So, Frosty has the number 1 overall pick, and Bloody trades up to number 1 overall. He trades his second and third round pick, and Bloody had the last pick in the second, first pick in the third. So I think it was like the 14th and the 15th pick for the first pick and the 28th pick. So Bloody gets his first pick, but then he's not picking for essentially 30 picks. And there's only 64 people getting drafted. And Bloody's already a center. He drafts a center first overall. This is Jaw's center in, I think, BYOT and in SIBA. So Jaw gets his center that he likes, but now the Outlaws are picking for 30 picks. So Bloody,
Frosty just joined, actually, so it's in perfect time. And Frosty, what made you trade your pick?
What made me trade the first pick was because who I wanted was going to be there, 7 picks later, and he was there 7 picks later. So that's mainly the only reason to get me, 2 second-round picks. Because if it wasn't, I don't believe my second-round pick would have been there in the third.
There you go. So makes sense for Frosty. Risky move for Bloody for sure, because again, Bloody is kind of a main center, and he goes and drafts a center. So we'll talk about what we all think about that later in the draft. But yeah, so that's the number 1 overall pick in the first in season 1 PHA draft. Supreme.
That's Supreme.
There you go. Yep.
All right, so moving on to our second overall pick in the first round. It's going to be Habish going to the Charlotte Dragons.
Habish. I love Habish.
It's a bench.
Habish.
Yep. Pruner, do you want to cover him? I can cover him.
Free.
Okay, so Abesh, playmaker Canadian, likes Abesh a lot just because Abesh kind of plays in our play group. Big play caller. So the thing with the Dragons, the big thing, and we'll go over the rest of their draft obviously later, but get a PG second overall. You need this guy to be a top 4 PG, in the draft or in the league for it to pay off, because it's a lot of draft capital. So Abesh, Canadians looking for him to, average 30 and 10 essentially, or 25 and 14, whatever it may be, and be that leader on offense for the Dragons. So excited to see what Habesh is going to do with his team.
Yeah, it sounds like you want somebody that's going to be involved in a lot of the points, either scoring or getting people to score. So definitely a good pick up there.
That's absolutely true. Canadian's a shooting guard, and Habesh, he likes to get shooting guards involved. I certainly enjoy playing with Habesh. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we can go right back on to the third pick then. Go back to our screen here. All right. With our third overall pick, the Miami Tides are going to select So Toxic. So Toxic.
Yep, Toxic. I think this is who pretty much everyone had as the number 1 lock on the board. A lot of accolades in SIBA. He's a really good guy, too. I've played with him just a couple of times. I know Honeypack's played with him a little bit. Honeypack, we got you on the call right now. Honeypack, what was the thought process behind getting So Toxic with a 3rd overall pick?
Yeah, so I was looking up and down the lock board, and it just wasn't very good. It's very top heavy. Besides the top 3 or 4 guys, I think there's a real skill gap there. So getting the number 1 guy off the board with guards like Ja, Mortal, Habesh in this league, I need someone who can stop those guards.
Yep, and Honeypack being a back end, so in a way, obviously Honeypack's gonna be on the court. So we started off his draft kind of going double defense, and kind of, saving that offense pick for the 2nd round, the 3rd round, and we'll see how that pans out for him. But starting his draft off with arguably the best lock in the league, can't complain.
All right, we'll go ahead and jump into the 4th overall pick, and this is the last pick of the. This is the last pick of the 1st round.
That's correct.
So Schleuz here, right? Schleuz, it's going to get picked up by the Scorpions. What we think?
Schleuz, do we have Schleuz left? But Yeah, so Dylan, with a great start to his draft. Great pick, Dylan. I mean, you can't go wrong by picking the best power forward, arguably the best power forward on the board. I mean, surely the Scorpions are going to have a great team because when you pick, a top 3 swing and such an offensive juggernaut out of the corner, I mean, it's a great pick from Dylan. And, initially when, I had Dylan on, there was some concern from the other captains, that he would screw it up. But Dylan with a great start to his draft. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
So Ryan has a great question. So he's asking, why is the first round not 10 picks if we only have 4 picks in the first round? So that's a great question. So everybody that is watching, we had 6 teams that selected a co-captain. Because they got to select their co-captain and somebody who agreed to play on their team, they forfeited, whatever the word is, their first round pick and ultimately went to the end of the second round because they were able to get that co-captain with no obstacles or risk. So just to answer that question, because they got a co-captain, they will have to wait till the end of the second before they start their picks.
Yep, so we had 6 co-caps. Those 6 co-caps first round, and then, yep. So, great answer, perfectly.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
So
there's...
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But that takes us at the end of the first round and into the second round. So we'll go ahead and jump right into that first pick of the second round. Great pack opening animations here. I love these.
Yep.
All right, so Stop Boots will be your first pick in round 2. What are we thinking, gentlemen?
So, as we can see in round 2, so Dylan had the first pick in round 2, and Boots ended up getting traded to the Emperors, which is Easy Reed's team. So, we don't have Easy on the call, but I want to say, crap. I don't know if we have the pickup now. Maybe Pruner or Green or one of our mods can go back and see exactly what the trade was.
I can tell you right now. 1 second.
Okay, go for it.
So the first trade that we already talked about was Frosty trading with Bloody, his first and fourth round picks for the second and third rounds. We talked about that, and then Bloody got to pick first, and then Frosty would get the back-to-back. So is that Dylan? Is that who we're talking about, or is that somebody else? I think I might be mixed up.
So Dylan
is Easy Reads.
I don't. Yeah. So
okay, so it was a 3-way trade basically. So who's Fear That? Did.
Yeah.
So Fear That did trades his 5th, 44th, and 45th pick for Juan's 20th, 29th, and 60th pick. And Juan trades his 5th, 45th, and 49th picks for Dylan's 13th, 33rd, and 36th picks. And we'll post all this so y'all have it. But basically, it was a 3-way trade. One set of captains traded, and then the next set of captains or GMs, whatever you want to call them, traded. And so that's why that ended up that way. Stop Boots ended up with now the Emperors.
Yep, and end of the day, the Emperors got bailed out, right? Easy Reads, he co-capped a shooting guard, and he's not picking until the 13th or 14th pick. He has one of the last picks in the second round. The point guard board is very, very short. A lot of those guys are co-captains, and Dylan bails him out, and the Emperors end up with a top 3, top 4 point guard in the league. Absolute ridiculousness. So Dylan, essentially, for you guys who don't understand, I don't want to yap too much, but he essentially traded one of his higher picks so he could get an earlier pick in like the 3rd or 4th round or something like that. But in a league where you're only drafting 60 guys, and not to say that there's not value, at the 30th or 40th pick range, but you want, obviously, if there's a top 4 PG on the board, you got to take him. So that's my thought process on it. But Pruner, Green, if you want to weigh on it, I mean, I've already talked about it a lot, but
I had to see it on a spreadsheet in order to do it because all 3 of them came to me and said, "Hey, this is what we want to do." I said, "Okay, we can." 1 second. let's break this down real quick. And I'm like, okay, someone's getting screwed. I don't know who it is, but someone's getting screwed. But hey, we're all adults. We all got to make our picks at the end of the day. So
Yep. So
I do. If this would have happened after the draft, we would have canceled the trade right away. Sadly, much about it.
all right, we'll go ahead and jump into the next pick of the second round here. So second pick of the second round is going to be opened up here momentarily. So the Miami Tides are back up again, and they're going to go with Trust Nin. Nope.
Yep, and it doesn't look like we had Honey Pack in the cord, but Honey Pack goes defense, heavy defense with his first pick. Second pick goes shooting guard. Trust Nens, one of those guys we talked about in the pre-draft rankings. That was probably one of those top 3, top 5 shooting guards in the game. Yeah, I mean, so he the thing with Honey Pack is he doesn't have a point guard yet. And he's not picking for 20 picks now or something like that. Maybe not 20 picks, but 18 picks. So he goes lock and shooting guard. So Honey Pack, he's banking on one of these later PGs. So that's going to be the big question with the Tides because he had 2 top 6 picks and didn't go point guard with either one of them. Agree, what you think?
I mean, so for me, I've been one that I'm guilty of doing that because I play like backup PG, so normally I don't mind getting somebody like a little bit later on. But in this type of league format, that's just a tough thing to do. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how it pans out.
We'll see. The Tides, I mean, obviously defense, and getting a good break runner, and then, if they can score in transition, if they're getting steals, if they're getting stops, who needs a point guard? They should be a game manager.
no half court offense, just defense and and breaks.
That'll be a thing. If the Tides have a top 3 defense, who knows? So that'll be the question with the Tides for sure.
Absolutely. Well, we'll go ahead and jump into the third pick of the second round then. Get this pack opened up. I think we got the Charlotte Dragons up next. They're going to go with Lock Jump Fears. What do we think about that?
Yep, so Fears, a.k.a. He used to be Scarce Dib, but the thing with Scarce is he used to be J-Dub's, lock in a lot of leagues. J-Dub was going to pick this guy, right? J-Dub was going to pick this guy in 3 or 4 picks. They were talking about in the league chat. J-Dub, is typing out that he was upset that his draft got screwed up. And Fears is a good lockdown. Fears, Juan, Toxic, and Maze, those are your top 4 locks, right? Those are the guys that I would want, I'm comfortable against any PG. So Canadian goes out there, gets his franchise PG with Habesh, hopefully, and then gets one of those top 4 lockdowns. Doesn't have a swing yet, doesn't have a center yet, but, Canadian, jumping out and grabbing a top 3 PG and top 3, lock, it looks good for him so far. I like this pick. Green, Pruner?
No, nothing extra here. We can go on to the next pick unless Pruner has something he wants to add.
No, go for it.
All right, bet. So, on to the fourth pick of the second round. Shout out to Big Smooth for these animations, by the way. He did a great job. So Frost is up here, and they are going to get their back-to-back picks. And for their first pick, they are going to go with, well, I don't know if it's back-to-back, but for their first pick, they're going to go with BJ.
With BJ, yep. BJ, this is, I think, Al, do you mind talking about BJ? I think you had this as one of the top swings pre-draft.
Yeah, BJ is one of the better swings in the league. Really good defensive guy. Never really played with him, but I played against him. Calls a lot of rotations, good at laning steals, so that's a good pick right there.
Yep, and Green, as we talked about, this is Frosty's first pick technically. Now he's got the 2 and the 3 on the turn, and then he's got his third round pick. So he's got 2 second rounders and 2 third rounders. So a lot of value here for Frosty if he can just build his team here. He's got 4 of like the first 16 picks, which is crazy when you think about it.
Right. So he stacked him up pretty good. Besides being so spread out. So I mean, it can definitely work in his favor.
Yep, for sure.
All right,
So-
perfect. Well, we will go on to the next one then. This is going to be pick 5 of the second round. Next up, we have the Phoenix Scorpions up again, getting, is it PHA Lanes? Am I saying that correctly?
Yep, PHA Lanes. So PHA was my backup
Oh, wow.
last year for my BYOT. PHA's very good player and awesome dude too. I really like PHA. He's just an awesome guy. Unfortunately, so this is kind of who Dylan traded down for, but PHA's not a bad player, right? PHA's a good PG, probably top 6 PG in this league, right? But when Boots is admittedly, in my opinion, a little bit better. Doing a little bit better in SIBA right now and that sort of stuff. But if Dylan can piece things together with his picks that he traded up for in the later rounds, if that makes sense, and build a good team around PHA, the Scorpions could be okay.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, he knows who he wants to get, and he's hoping that they'll fall. So that's just hopefully what we see as the picks go on.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Well, we'll move on then to the 6th pick of the second round. Up next, I believe it's going to be, yes, the Royals, and they're going to get Exo Kato for their first pick.
Yep, so this is Killer Cam's team. Cam, he co-capped a PG, Tank Claken, who isn't as much of a play caller. He's more of a one of those jaw from 3, go get a bucket, a lot of PNR type of PGs. To my knowledge, I mean, we talked about Kato. He just won a national championship in SIBA. Kind of just getting his name out there, winning a lot of stuff in like the liquid area right now. So starting your team off, with Killicam being, the hash or the lock, and then just having your PNR set with your point guard and center, you're ready to go. So not a bad start for the Royals. Kind of a safe pick, getting the center you like, not opting for, one of the top back ends or one of the top hashes, but yeah. So
Well, it's cool to see how these different captains are prioritizing who they want on their team and how they know that they're going to play like their offense or their defense or whatever. Because sometimes, if you have a good swing but a bad center, does that really help you out that much? So
Exactly. So, like we saw the Outlaws, they set their PNR, their PG center right away. Same thing with the Royals, set their, PG center right away. So, and then like the Tides, they got their defense set right away. So, yeah.
definitely priorities. And then Chill Tim, thank you so much for the shout out. Just how many people got in here. It's awesome. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Well, let's keep going with the picks here. Pick number 7 in the second round here. We got Chicago Phantoms. They're going to go with Stojakovic, something like that.
Stojakovic. So this is, we call him Pimp. Pimp's kind of in our play group. I mean, what a guy. Pimp is one of my favorite people, in life. You know what I mean? Not even in 2K, like, arguably like this guy more than my girlfriend. But, really, like, in my opinion, best two-way hash in the league. I think he plays better defense than the other hash in the league, just based off of my opinion going against him. Good shooter, good vibes. Pick 11. Man, that is early for this guy. And I'm a bigger Stojakovic fan than anyone else in the stream, than anyone. Pick 11, man. Pruner, Smooth, L, Green, I like this guy, but pick 11? I don't know, man. I don't know.
You timed it up perfectly with me taking my son to bed to give a comment on my favorite teammate, so I will chime in later.
Pruner, give me your input, because to me, again, big Stojakovic guy. Pick 11 is early, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I think this is actually a great pick in my personal opinion. I think this is someone who has no ego. I think him, Jay, and KJ, they're all players with no egos. They just want to go on the court. They want to win games together. I think this is a good pick, especially like I said, having an ego on the team that's just gonna kill your franchise isn't good for anyone or the team. I think there's gonna be a team full of good vibes. I think it's a great pick. Pimp can be a top hash. I told him I'm gonna be watching his games this season, and he's got something to prove. If not, then I would say it's a bust.
You know, I like that because as you said, the big thing with Pimp, he's gonna load up. He doesn't have an ego. Just phenomenal human being. So really excited to see the Phantoms. I hope it works out because Jit, KJ, and Pimp, those are, you know, at least for Pimp and Jit, you know, those are my buddies. You know, I don't know if I should say that, but you know, I guess I got buddies all over the place. But yeah, big Pimp guy. We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see. But you make a good point for it.
Absolutely. I just don't want everybody to forget what type of game we're playing, though. Gotta have a little bit of ego. We're not playing just random wreck, random squad wreck, are we? So we gotta have a little bit of confidence in it.
Right.
But no, I can't say much to that. But it's fun to see these picks. All right, let's go on here to pick number 8 in the second round. Another pack opening here. So we got Atlanta Inferno's going to get Carandadon TV. There we go. I said it better the second time.
Yep, Karanadon. So back when in 2K25, when I used to play J-Dub every single weekend, and Bad Energy, this guy's name was Next Gen Street. Good power forward. I've never played with him, but this is a guy that's played with J-Dub for a while. He's played with Mortal for a year, so this is, you know, this is Bad Energy from like a year ago, and I don't know if Karanadon's good this year. I just watched Mortal kind of stink it up in a UPA event. You know, he's still winning because he's playing with Dayfry and Greenlight, but yeah, I mean, when you've been playing for a year and you've got that chemistry, in my opinion, you know, that's a really big thing. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys can attest to that, but I think just having that chemistry of playing for a while is huge.
Yeah, I mean, chemistry can definitely overcome talent. We'll just have to see how they can hold up against the other super teams that are being built right in front of our eyes. So, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I mean, they have the offense. Now they got their back end. I think they secured their defense. I actually played a couple games with them earlier this year in LG. It's another draft league. And, I mean, he's a hell of a player. That was my first time playing with a back end like him. And, I mean, I think he can be the gap in this league.
Perimeter being super nice.
Drew, do you ever have anything like negative to say about anyone?
Can confirm that's a no.
Can I need you to like rip into someone at some point tonight. Can you do that for me?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
We'll
see. All
see how
right.
it goes. Let's
All
see
right.
what's with this next pick right here, Pruner. Pick number 9 in the second draft coming on your way right now. All right, we have No Stick going to get picked up by the Houston Venom, Juan's team. What do we think?
Drew, this is all you.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a great pick. This is someone who actually won the Natty with Siva a couple years ago. Him and Shalouz being teammates, and I think they also have Quinn as well, correct? That's their co-captain.
Yep.
I mean,
so
those
that'll
are 3 of my teammates from that college season when we beat Marauder. I think they're all great players. They all got chemistry. They're all smart. I think that if No Stick is locked and he's playing every game with the good center, he can be the best G in this league.
So you bring up a good point there, and that's kind of a question is, so Quinn and No Stick, which one of those guys is going to play point guard?
Who knows, right?
Who knows?
In my
That is the
opinion, I
question.
would say have Quinn at shooting guard just because No Stick, I mean, he's a different breed. What can I say? Quinn is a great PG as well, but I think the Quinn is the better when it comes to being 1 through 5, if that makes any sense. I think
Sure.
No Stick should definitely be at the 1 and Quinn at the 2 or the other position. We'll see what they do. Shalouz can also play Ash, maybe. Who knows?
Nobody wants to see that, but yes, I mean, yeah, I do agree with you, Pur, that No Stick at the 1. You know, just the experience there. No Stick's won at the highest levels. Where I don't know if Quinn has, you know, as far as like the SIBA Pros and you know those big tournaments. I know No Stick has. Shalouz, I know you play with No Stick. Thoughts, comments?
I believe this is a super slept on pick. I think that his IQ is almost unmatched.
Wow.
I don't think I have ever played a bad game with him. I don't think I've ever seen him have a bad game. He's super consistent. The only problem with him is that if things start to go south for 2 or 3 games, he's still cool, but he might just go ghost. I've had a couple problems with that, but if he's on your team and he is playing throughout the whole season, he's a very valuable asset. He's very IQ wise, very good. Stake wise, everything. He is the total package.
It's a very balanced answer. I was about to go grab the Krispy Kreme box from the next room. Got a little bit of glazing going on. I'm just kidding. You talk very highly of him, but I think it's a good balanced answer. So, well, sounds like a really good slept on pick then. All right, we'll jump right into this is going to be the last pick of the second round up next here. Rap again. It's going to get picked up here by Frost, and Frost will pick again here in the first pick of the third round. But what is our thoughts here about Rap again? Or what is he called otherwise?
Xylon.
Xylon. Okay, so Xylon Rap again.
Yep, played with this guy in the pros for a season. We were awful, but that doesn't matter. I like Xylon because Xylon's one of those hashes where he doesn't need the ball. I've talked about this a little bit, but having a guy that's positive. I can't remember if he played the best defense, but he's not calling plays for himself, not rattling the PG, and with Frosty, who's definitely more of a score first point guard. That's something that's important. If you pick a shooting guard like almost a shooting guard like Gliz or someone who's demanding the ball a lot, that can almost be a hindrance. Then you get bad combos. But Xylon, good dude, great player. Play at the highest levels, and yeah.
Do you have a question about him?
Yeah.
How good is he on the PG D-Book spin jumper slide?
Is Frosty good at that?
No. Apparently, maybe every now and then he might call that.
Sure. I mean, I would assume pretty good. So
let me ask you this, Marauder. You think he was a steal with them being this late off a pick? I think he's one of the top hashes in here.
See, that's a good question, Pruner. I haven't played with Xylon since 25. So this is more of a what type of person and IQ assessment than how nasty is he at 2K26. But as far as experience goes and vibes, I like the pick.
Who got you?
Awesome. So that was the last animation slide that Smooth made for us. So I just want to give those round of applause here to Big Smooth. Thank you so much for making those slides. Those turned out awesome. So thank you so much. Definitely want to do something different. I told him, like, man, let's do some more pack opening. That would be kind of cool. And I think it's different. So I'll post the whole thing to the chat whenever we're done. But I appreciate you, Smooth, once again for getting that set up for me. Because now we're just going to go into just some slides and stuff like that as we get into some of the later rounds. But thank you, Smooth, for doing that.
We get a face reveal?
A face reveal.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
No problem.
Big Smooth face reveal.
I mean, I can show you the dog that's sitting on my lap right now, but I don't think that'd be good for the stream. So on to the third round.
All right.
Alrighty, so a little change of scenery here. Nice little backdrop here. Did not do a good job. It's okay. AI did it, but that's neither here nor there. All right, Frosty again is going to be back up here with his first pick of the third round, and he is going to pick up Bomea's World or Boma. I'm terrible at this.
You're good. Yeah, this is Boma. He's a lockdown. I believe that he won. What's that tournament? Clan Wars with him. So, I mean, Boma. He's a good lock. Earlier when Marauder was saying about the top locks in there, I think I forgot about Boma. I think Boma can be someone who can definitely lock up a PG, and he can change the game defensively. Easy for stops, turn into easy offense, and I think he'll be doing that a lot for Cylon and Frosty.
So, Pruner, we got Fears in the chat right now. Fears or Boma? Who do you prefer, and why? You play with both. put
You
on
know
the
he
spot.
can't answer that. You know he can't answer that because you gotta say something negative about one of them.
Are you gonna say my brother or my sister? I mean, I don't know. I love them both. Next question.
All right.
Next question. That's crazy. But good pick up there for Frosty in the third round.
For sure. And that was the 11th overall pick, Green?
That was you talking about overall?
Yes.
So that was, hold on, let me go to my thing here. I actually have it all pulled up
15?
here. That was the 15th overall pick.
15th overall pick. So for those at home, that's Frosty having 3 picks out of the first 15.
Yes.
And with 10 captains, crazy. Crazy when you think about
Almost
Yeah.
like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
it. Almost.
And he'll get another pick here in the next 6 picks too. So it's really not a bad draft here from Frosty. We got the Emperors up next here, and they are going to go with, for their second pick in the third round, Al Capone. Oh, go back a little bit. I went too far. There we go. All right, what do we think?
Al, we got you on the horn here. Al, so far your team is... You got Boots, Easy, and DLM to start. Al, how do you feel about your team?
It's a great team. I got a lot of chemistry with Easy. I've been playing with DLM for a while. No Boots. I never really played with him. But from what I hear, he's one of the better PGs. So, I mean, our backcourt's going to be really good for sure.
It's exciting. But, so now Easy Reads doesn't pick for another, like, 20 picks or something like that. And Easy trade away his 4th round pick. So, if I'm correct, the Emperors don't pick for, like, another 20, 25 picks. So that lock, you know, when Easy trade up to get Boots, he sacrificed his 4th round pick. So the lock position on the Emperors is gonna be the big question for you guys. Would you agree with that, Al?
Definitely.
Yeah. All right.
On to the next here. So we have, once it loads up here, Atlanta Inferno, for their third pick in the third round, they're going to go with V1BP. V1BP. I don't know too much about him. Who knows this player?
Schlues, Pruner, do you guys... So I played against BP. If anyone has played with him, I'd prefer if they talked about him, but, in my opinion, haven't played with him. There was that thing, Pruner and Schlues, when you guys beat him in that other league where he was talking. In my opinion, I think there was, 7 other better centers on the board. But I will say, as Pruner's mentioned, as Green's mentioned, guys without egos, guys who are going to load up, guys you got chemistry with, that's the big thing in the drafts. And if BP does that, I'd say it's a fine pick.
We have a comment in the chat. I don't know if it's relevant to this pick, but they said it was a steal. So,
Who said that?
Edsky? Oh,
Edsky. Couldn't tell you who that is.
Dedsky's a top 2K commentator. Take his shit seriously. All right.
I mean, BP's good. BP's definitely good. That's the center. I don't know if you're on the court, Murata, when we played them in the Money League in the finals.
Yep, I brought that up.
Honeypack
definitely
says,
good,
yeah,
but-
Honeypack says he's a top C in the league.
That's the guy that you guys were trolling for 2 days, no?
Yeah, me and him kept trolling each other back and forth.
I mean, he played great. I mean, I think... I don't know. I mean,
Canadian
player,
says he's
right?
tough as
Yeah,
hell.
everyone
Contested
Canadian,
saying
right?
top 2 poppers easily. Yeah, well, it's
yeah,
a
I
lot
remember
of
that.
it's a lot of good pros here.
Oh, so it's a center shoot off between him and Al then.
Yeah, basically.
I will say when we went against him in my league a couple months ago, he knew what he was doing. He was really good, but his team just really wasn't up to par. But I think if he's fit with a little bit better people, yeah, he can be a top center.
Yeah,
for
well,
sure.
there's definitely there's too many people to say that somebody's just glazing. Everybody's pretty good things said about him. So
Everyone's saying he's pretty good. So it sounds like the only person who's not a believer is me. So I would be praying on his downfall, but other than that, looks like a good pick
I
from
can't
J-Dub.
imagine. I can't imagine that type of situation.
Yep. So
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, he has Mortal too, who's arguably the best playmaker in the league. So I think the pop, we'll be seeing that a lot this season as well.
that's a good point, being paired up with J-Dub and Mortal.
All right, we got Chicago Phantoms here with their 4th pick in the 3rd round. They are going to go with Swing Academy. I've heard good things about Swing Academy. What do we think?
Yep.
Lose, that's your prodigy right there.
The Prodigy.
Nah, man. He came in swinging. I have gotten player comparisons to him, and yeah, I like the way he plays on back end. I like that pick.
Nice.
Yep. I would say as far as defense goes with Swing Academy and Schlues, I would really say like they're neck and neck. I would say the thing that I would prefer about Schlues versus Swing Academy is Schlues is just that offensive weapon, as well as Schlues does that bullshit hold circle thing in the paint, which is kind of the gap here in June. I haven't seen Swing Academy do that, but as far as like defensive IQ, comms, that guy doesn't miss in the corner vibes. Great pick from the Phantoms. Yeah, love the pick. So.
Swing Academy is also responsible for my worst take ever on a player I'd never played with before. Yeah, a certain L Shady may or may not have put up 40 something on him on big when he was on Swing, and then the next game out, like Swing grabbed every single lane steal. It's great, great bet.
There you go.
So, broader, back to this team, right? It's the All-Bive team. I mean, I don't see a single person in there who's toxic or who's negative. I think I like this squad. I think they'll be an underrated team. They might not have the star power the other teams have, but those vibes are going to be huge.
I could not agree with that analysis more, and that's why we pay you the big bucks. Is the Phantoms? You look at their team, and again, it's just not a lot of They don't have Immortal. They don't have a job from 3. They don't have a no stick. But what they do have is so far 4 guys without egos, solid players, very smart players with Pimp, Jit, Swing Academy, and KJ. Again, you made a good point. I mean, the no egos, vibe squad, 4 solid players, one of those underrated teams that definitely could go far. It's like,
Well, very well said. All right, we'll jump right into the 5th pick in the 3rd round here. It's going to show us who its team is next up. We have the Royals here, LA Royals, for their 5th pick in the 3rd round. They are going to pick up Sean J. Sean J is what? I forget.
It's a Swing.
Swing?
I think
Okay.
No knows a lot about him.
said no one knows a lot about him.
No, you know a lot about him. He
Oh,
said,
yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say, yep. I mean, the same thing I've said about him. Last 2 streams, dog shit in 25, making a name for himself this year. And so he's got Tank B, Clankin, Kato, and Killa Cam. That's a good little team around them too. Again, so far, we've got, some good teams. You know what I mean? And everyone's doing a really good job with their drafts so far. Again, the only people who are kind of behind right now, in my opinion, are the Outlaws, who picked, number 1 overall, and they're not picking for still another 12 picks. And then the Scorpions with kind of a, trading away, Schloozed and Boots, your top 2 picks, obviously. But, yeah.
Absolutely. On to the 6th pick in the 3rd round. It'll reflect here what team is up next. We got the Phoenix Scorpions. So for their 6th pick in the 3rd round, we will go with T.
And, yep, this is unfortunately where I have to just put my foot down and just rip into Dylan. Unfortunately, T, I played with T back in 24. Good guy. Really good guy, like nice guy. He should have gone in like the 5th or 6th round. This is an awful pick. And again, T, if you're watching this, I really like you, T. And you're not a bad player, but with the people that are still on the board, this hurts, right? You got top swings still on the board. You still have a couple value PGs on the board. Some really, really good centers that we're going to go over that just get picked, seconds later. And picking in my opinion, probably bottom 3 PG in the league hurts because this is what Dylan traded down from Boots and trade down from Slush. Like Dylan took those 4th and 5th picks and wanted more picks in the middle, and then you spend them on T. So that's just my take on it. I don't want to harp on too much. Pruner, thoughts?
That's rough, right? I mean, Boots, Schlues, I think arguably top 3 at their respectable positions, and going from that to like I said, no disrespect to T. I love playing with T. He's a smart player, but I think, well, we'll see. I mean, hopefully they prove us wrong. They out there and win a lot of games, but it's not looking too well.
Well, that was the first negative thing that Pruner said. It must have some serious impact.
I saw the face cam click on. I figured he had something to say.
All right, we won't delegate on that too much or spend too much time on that. So we'll go ahead and jump right into the 7th pick of the 3rd round here. The next team that will be up will be Frost back up again. So we just talked about Frosty getting some quick picks back to back here. Let's see who he gets here. Box Don. I've heard some good things about Box Don. Big man, right?
That's correct.
With Don, me and Don, we had our battles in the last, 3-2 case. I mean, he's a hell of a player. If you're looking for a center that's going to be talking the whole game, that's going to be active in rotations, just getting rebounds, just casting and causing havoc, I think this is your guy here. And I don't really think that you could have gone with Don as your big man.
And Pruner, how do you think Don's going to pair up with Frosty? Because Pruner, you coached Don in Seba High School.
Yeah, I think Don will be actually great. So my PG in Seba High School is actually Christian season. I don't know if you've ever seen him play or anything like that. He takes the craziest shots, and I feel like him and Donnie were a hell of a 1-2 punch, right? Or sorry, I guess PNR punch. And I think Frosty's kind of similar. Frosty will take some questionable shots that will get mad at him for taking it, and then it's just open and it goes in. So there's that. I think that there will be a grade 1 and 5 duo.
We got T here in the chat saying bottom 3, huh? So I don't know if we're starting a villain arc or if he's just solidifying what we've said already.
So T, if you missed it, T, I love you, man, and I guess. So the thing with the point guards in the league, right, is I don't think there were any bad ones, right? I talked about Lemon, and I ranked Lemon as the worst point guard in the draft pool, and I still said Lemon should have gone, 4th round at the latest. So again, I don't think I think you should have gone drafted, right? 17th overall when Box Don goes a pick later is an atrocity, right? It's an absolute, it's madness. And no disrespect to you, right? You should get drafted. Late 2nd rounds, probably not. Still love you though, T. Still love you.
The one thing about Donnie too, going back to him, right? It's his turn. I think that he can be the best big in here if he talks. That's the biggest thing with Donnie, right? If you don't know him, he can, be quiet. But if he's talking, he's top big in the game, in my opinion.
Donnie has sneaky versatility as well. It just depends on whether the team will ask him to bring that out.
Alrighty, well, we will go right past that. We'll go to the 8th pick in the 3rd round here. It's going to show us what team is up next. So we got Charlotte Dragons up here again. For their 8th pick in the 3rd round, they will go with Don Jokic. Is it a big man or swing?
It's a big.
Big.
Schlues, you've gone against. Schlues, you've gone against Don Jokic a lot. You play with him a lot. Thoughts on Don Jokic, Schlues?
Man, both Dons, Box Don Jokic, and Al Capone are some of the best pops I've played with and against. They're a very tough guard for a back end. I really got nothing negative to say about either 3 of those bigs.
I think you forgot someone else in the pop conversation.
Surprise, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sitting right here, man. Come.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right here too. So.
And Smooth, Pruner, Habesh, the Dragons point guard, and Don Jokic have played a lot together. How do you think this PNR is going to do?
it's hard to say that it's going to go poorly. They have a lot of chemistry together, obviously. Way back before I even was fortunate enough to meet these guys and this group of folks that we've got on here. So I have a hard time believing it's going to be anything other than solid, positive chemistry. I mean, they're both level-headed guys that never really get rattled. I think that's really important between a 1 and a 5.
All right.
Awesome. Let's go here to the 9th pick in the 3rd round. Let's see what team we got up here. So we got Miami Tides. Tides have been picking really good so far in their 3rd round, 9th pick here. They will go with Ribs NXX. Do not know that much about him. I know, I'm going to start learning these players, I promise. I'm going to start learning these people.
Yep, but Green, I was just going to ask you a question, but Rip, I'll give you some information on him.
Okay.
More of a playmaker, one of those, Habesh, PHA lanes type of guys. Probably isn't gonna, give you more than 25 again. Like he'll splash for 25 or 30 every once in a while, but more of a playmaker. Green, in your opinion, with the Tides going Lock, Hash, and Honey Pack being a swing, going a defensive-minded team first, how do you think building that defense around him? What do you have to do if you're, if you're Rip, what do the Tides need to do to succeed?
So the way that I would look at it is he needs to make sure. I mean, you already said it. He's a playmaker. So as long as he's doing the play calling and getting everybody involved, because you got some really good talent up front that play in other positions. So obviously they shoot well as well. Like if they're just defense, they wouldn't be that good, right? So if they can do good on the offense as well, as long as he's passing the ball to them, then I mean, really, you can have guards that don't have to score 20 plus points a game if they're getting enough of the assists. It's just going to be, is he getting those assists? Is he getting a bunch of turnovers? So, but I mean, I said earlier, I've been one that I've drafted my lock and swing up front because I wanted to play Hash. I got my center, and then I got my guard because I got somebody who I knew would pass the ball. So, but I mean, it all kind of depends on how you look at it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Love it.
Pruner, thoughts?
Sorry, I'm dealing with something here. I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, you're good.
You're good. You're good.
Right.
We can jump right into the next one. This is gonna be the last pick of the 3rd round here. It'll show us which team is up next. My memory is not what it used to be, but we got the Scorpions up again. We've had some different thoughts about the Scorpions. Number 10, they're gonna go with Dallas. What do we think about that pick?
Schleuz, I appreciate if you'd weigh in on this pick. What do you think about Dallas?
Is Dallas going as a big?
Dallas is going to play center. I'm assuming. I mean, I can't speak for Dylan, but that's what his main was when he signed up.
Okay.
That's correct. So he is a primary center and secondary lock, according to his profile.
He has a 6'9" center that he's been playing on. Really good offensively. The rebounding is a little iffy, but I think the offense that he can generate he's quick stopping and peaking on back ends on the center position gives them a little bit of an advantage, but again, the rebound count can be a little iffy, but Dallas is a smart player.
Do you think, just to kind of follow up on what you said, do you think his balance on getting the threes compared to not getting as many rebounds really makes him that good?
It depends.
Depends.
I guess it depends on the game to game. If the breaks are necessary, if they're not scoring in the half court a lot, then they need those rebounds more than they need offense. And Rip is their PG, right?
No, it's PHA lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, PHA lanes. I guess it also just depends on their chemistry as well. But yeah, sometimes those rebounds are necessary. But I mean, he can still board and everything. It's just a little iffier.
So what I would say is, so far the Scorpions haven't had that great of a draft. Whenever I know I can't beat a team, I'm gonna do weird stuff. So, in my opinion, they don't have a lock yet on their roster. They currently don't have a power forward. Being weird and maybe grabbing a 6'9" center, and maybe beating teams with this weird stuff might be exactly what they need. Because right now they're not out firepower in any other team. Your thoughts? I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, no. I mean, 5 out.
5 out?
simply
Maybe.
5 out.
And listen, I'll say this too: it's annoying as hell to play against that 6'9" if everyone in lockstep and get in position because that little man's gonna beat you under the rim faster than a normal big can get there. It's annoying as shit to play against if you're not ready for it.
So
We call him T. Westbrook.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would say to that is I think like if they can play it good and get a lead and hold it, great. But I think when you get to in-game situations and you know how like that 6'9" center is going to play, I think that gets tough because isn't rebounds like one of the biggest things too off of missed shots at the end of the game too, and that's what you need the most. So, but again, I think Salute says it best. It's going to be game to game. So,
Alternatively, if the team doesn't miss shots, it doesn't matter as much.
That's true. That's why I said if they get a lead, like it won't matter as much in that point. But definitely some good thoughts from everybody here. So that is the end of the third round. So before we go to the next slide here, I have already set up where round 4 is just going to show every single team, every pick that they made in the fourth round. Because we do this, we're going to be here for 2 hours. So, but we wanted to give everybody who got picked really high their own time and screen and talk. So this next round is going to show just the total round 4 draft, and then we'll go from there. If that works with everybody here. Perfect. So we're going to play this through. But congratulations everybody who's been picked thus far. Oh my goodness. Is it showing foggy for y'all? Let me know and I can try to get the image instead. I don't know why that's so foggy. I literally checked it beforehand. Can everybody see that?
No, that's...
Is it bad? Man, I don't know why that's so bad. Hold on one second. I can grab it real quick and just get the image of it. Just one moment, guys.
So I guess now that I have a little bit of time, if you didn't get drafted, you will be getting your money back. So just bear with me. I promise you'll be getting your money back.
In 5 to 35 business days.
He said 5.
No, you'll get it by tonight.
5 to 35 business days.
You'll get it by tonight, I promise.
All right, y'all get the small print until I get to the other one. Hold on. That's annoying, but it's okay. 2 seconds, guys, and I'll get this up. Which we only have 2 more slides left. It's just going to be this one of this pick, and then the other one of the 5 through 7 rounds. So not too shabby. Let's see, this one and this one. There we go. All right, let's pull this up. Share my screen here. Take away this one, and boom. Okay, can y'all see that a little bit better?
That's way better.
Way better? Okay, perfect. All right, I just did the image of it. We only have a couple images left, and I can go back to the video in just a moment here. But because we got a couple other things we're going to go over, but at least y'all can see this here. So round 4, I'll just go ahead and read it just out. So we got Dark going to the Scorpions, Neek Poo going to the Tides, Contessa going to the Dragons, Eraser going to the Outlaws, Hinmat to the Scorpions, Adore Shiesty to the Royals, Dex Zoe to the Phantoms, Take This Dunk to Inferno, Fog to Venom, and then lastly Sniper to the Outlaws. What type of thoughts and stuff are we feeling here, gentlemen?
Yep, I'll cover a couple of names and then I'll kind of let all you guys get a couple of names. But I like this for the Scorpions. They finally get their back end, and Dark's a guy that I talked a lot about. In the pre-draft rankings, I really like Dark. I think this is a good pick from Dylan. Matt, another pick. So these are these picks that Dylan traded for when he traded down. He's getting these middle picks. I like Dark, and I like Henmat here. And Henmat is, in my opinion, probably one of the biggest wild cards in the draft period. I mean, this guy will give you 50 points on 22 for 22 and also give you 3 points on 22 shots, you know. Actually, in the Discord that we play in, we have a term when someone shoots a smothered, and it's called shooting a henmat. So when someone shoots some bullshit, we call it shooting a henmat, which refers to this pick. So he really is a very talented player if it's going in, but he's one of those guys where, you know, if he gets riled, stuff's not going his way, you know. But I I think that's kind of what the Scorpions need at this point. So I do like the pick from him. And then Dexo, another guy that I really like. A lot of heart. Famously, I said I would let him date my daughter. So I really like Dexo. And again, Pruner, as you talked about, it's going to the Phantoms. Is this like this is like just 5 guys with no egos, the all vibe squad. Dexter's gonna load up, Pimp's gonna load up, Swing Academy's gonna load up, and all these guys are gonna load up, no ego, and just I think they're just gonna win games. But those are kind of the 3 guys I wanted to highlight. Pruner, if you want to highlight a couple of guys.
Yeah, I mean, in this list, I think we see Take This Dunk. He might be a underrated lock here. I think that he was a great pickup. I think that kind of leads a super team here. Be interesting to see how he plays in Street and JW the whole game. But I think they have a really good team.
Yeah, I can speak on Fog a little bit. So in a lot of the stuff I've played with him, really good at guard and hash, mainly hash. He's a really good shooter, communicates, runs the break, everything like that. But he, I believe, is going to be playing big in this league. And I think a conversation we've talked about is a lot of times if you are a good guard and hash, you can even be a better center. So I guess we'll see. I haven't consistently seen him play on big. I've seen him a little bit. Pretty good from what I've seen. It just will be interesting to see against this type of talent how he'll fare. So
if I can quickly chime in on one thing that I noticed today as a late breaking piece of news. In that server we play in, I saw a certain hen match saying he was only playing big for the rest of the year. So I'm not sure if that's going to hold to the PHA league or if that was just a moment of frustration. But we'll see how that plays out.
Probably that second one, but
yeah, maybe,
But all right.
I don't really know everybody else too well. Like I said, I'll still learn people as we go. But congratulations to everybody who was drafted around 4. So the next slide that we will show will have everybody else. I'm going to see if that one's any good. And if it's not, then we will... oh, God, it's even worse. Okay. 2 seconds. You can only proofread so much, I guess. Let me pull it back up in Discord. We'll go over it again. So this is going to be rounds 5 through 7. We'll just quickly kind of go through them. We just don't want to waste everybody's time too much. Congratulations, everybody who got drafted in these final rounds. We are going to pull this source up right now. So, rounds 5. You got Crab going to the Outlaws, Choco going to the Scorpions, Bacon to Inferno, Nutton to the Phantoms, Nej XQ to Royals. You got Lonzo Ball going to the Scorpions, Yuzi to the Frost, Squeeze In to Dragons. It's Buka to the Tides, J-Lo Slide, I think it's J-Lo Slid, whatever it is, to Venom. That's your round 5. Any thoughts there before we go to round 6?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm seeing back-to-back steals in the 5th round. I see Squeeze In. You guys don't know him. He's a hell of a big man. I think Marauder can vouch for that as well. And then Buka, that's Woo World. I think that he's actually a top hash in here too. So I think them going in the 5th round is just nuts to me.
That is my question. How is Woo falling this far in the draft? I would take Woo over a lot of these hashes. I don't know how he got down this low.
Where's he at?
It's Buka.
He's
43. Gotcha.
Put a name on
Because he
it.
told his accountant to change his name, man. That's the only reason.
Yep. And would you say something? Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I was saying, I just kind of want to make it interesting. Put a name on it. Shaloose, who would you take before Buka?
Well, I like playing with Woo because he's another guy, no ego, and very, very offensive, very consistent, and I got a lot of chemistry with him. So because of the chemistry, for the most part, I think that's why I'm going to take him over a lot of these other hashes. But if I was a captain, I'd probably take him 3rd round at the very latest.
Wow.
He's definitely on the all-teammate squad.
Yep, I like Woo as well. And Pruner brought it up, but very high on Squeezin. Squeezin and I won a lot of money last year, probably like 10 grand in total, like BYOT earnings. Obviously, I didn't bring home 10 grand, but our team probably won like 10 grand last year. Squeezin played with Thule Cap a lot at the beginning of the year before while Thule was getting really good. So I mean, in my opinion, I mentioned it in the pre-draft rankings. I think Squeezin's probably the best center in the league, and we'll see. And I just don't think a lot of people know him because Squeezin doesn't play SIBA anymore. Squeezin only plays BYOT, and a lot of people, just I don't know, haven't seen him. I would have thought J-Dub would have recognized him. I was almost sure Squeezin was going to go to J-Dub in that third round, so I was surprised to see he went with BP. But we'll see. So I'm excited to see how he does.
Any last minute thoughts from round 5 before we go over round 6? I think we're good. So we'll jump into round 5 here. So Emperor's going to start us out, and they're going to get Chill 5 at pick number 45. You got It's Gla, whatever you want to pronounce it, going to the Tides. I Need That, or Polo, is going to go to the Dragons. Fear KG, going to Frost, get a pick up there. It's Jiga, going to the Emperors. Keskil? Keki? Am I saying that right?
8-3 ski, I think.
Okay, so you do pronounce the
I think.
I'm
not sure.
Anyway, you know who you are. Going to the Royals. Anonymous going to the Phantoms. Lemon to Inferno. All City Tron going to the Emperors. And then, I'm not even going to try it, SCX Lubini going to the Outlaws. That's your round 5. Round 6, my fault. Round 6. What do we think?
Another steal here. I think Polo going in the 6th round is kind of crazy to me as well. I think this is a hash who can give you 25, 20 every night. I feel like this is a hell of a steal. Another guy, All City Tron. I played with him once, but he is a very smart player. He knows how to run routes. He knows how to play defense. He has great comms. So I think this is someone who could be top hash in here as well, as long as he's logged in.
I was gonna say I'm excited to see Tron, and as I talked about, I wanted to point out the Emperors go with back-to-back locks because as we talked about Green, he traded up for Boots and then he didn't pick from when he picked Al back at pick 14,
right,
till now in the 6th, and he goes back-to-back locks with Chill 5 with 45, and then It's Jigga with 49, and then as we'll see in the 7th round, he picks another lock. But I just want to point that out. And yeah, I'm excited to see Tron. Lemon, again, he was the lowest point guard on my board, but I think this is a little late for him still. And yeah, I'm excited to see Tron. Polo went late. I agree. Definitely should have went higher.
Yeah, I was very surprised on that one. And the time that I play with Polo, or I Need That, however he wants to go by, it's normally really good, consistent performances from him. So yeah, definitely a good steal in the 6th.
So I guess another thing, this just kind of shows the player pool that we have in here. I mean, the fact that these players are going so late, that should tell you something about the season and how it's gonna go. Because every game won't matter. There won't be a game where you can dick around, because if you dick around for a game or two, you might be out of the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, if we don't have any other thoughts there, we're going to just jump right into round 7, the last and final round here. Corey Lane's going to be picked up at the 55th spot, boxed by Fats we talked about a little bit. Clicking to Inferno, Chill Temp to Phantoms, Green Theory, yours truly going to the Royals. Ryan Can't Miss, our rec YouTuber, going to the Venom. Jaya DeBeo, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, going to Frost. Raxum Chris going to Dragons. User work to Tides. And then last pick of the Season 1 PHA draft will be Evil Twin going to the Venom. What type of thoughts we have here?
Yeah, DeBeo, I mean, that's my dog right there. He's a hell of a player too. I think that he could talk a bit more on defense. I used to know him as a center. He was a great big man. He's now a swing. Marauder, he was actually our teammate in the Cavaliers team. What do you think?
Unimpressed. But yeah, I mean, someone that I'm excited to see is our rec YouTuber Ryan Can't Miss. I'm excited to see him, man. He's relatively unknown, and excited to see him get going. I'm excited to see Green Theory, not Tempo Shoot. Green, are you planning on playing shooting guard or lock or kind of whatever your team needs you to play on any given night? What's kind of the?
It's probably going to be more. I haven't really talked to him all that much, but I'm happy to play either the 2 or the 3. I mean, I can play 1 through 5. I put that in as my positions. I normally try to stay between that 2, 3, or 4. I've been playing a lot more lock actually in SIBA, just runs and stuff like that here and there. Nothing like too official. So trying to get more comfortable just with the square out the corner on the hash. Yeah, I'm excited to be hooping.
Yep, and then something I just couldn't help but notice, just a lot of teams definitely go with locks. A lot of locks in the last round. I mean, box by Fats, Corey's defensive clicking's a center, but Temp, Theory's kind of a lock. Chris, User Lurk, and then Twin, just a lot of defense in this last round, so I think teams are kind of realizing that the locks were a little bit shorter, and there's a lot of good PGs in this. So shooting a shot on a late round lock like Chris or Temp, could be fruitful.
Could we see some double lock lineups in place of the hashes? Is it that important to some of our captains to run that double lock lineup? Could be something we might see.
Potentially.
Or like a hash lock, We got those out there,
Yep.
especially in this game and age.
For sure. Yeah. Any last thoughts, Smooth, Schlues, before we wrap the draft up? Guys, don't leave yet. We've got my power rankings coming up in 1 minute, as well as my draft grades and the 3 biggest skills and biggest reaches in the draft. Don't want to miss that. That's going to be controversial. But
So, really quick, remember guys, next Saturday we'll be running a tournament. $100 is on the line. Be there and be ready for your team.
And one last thing before we go to the rankings, before we go to all this stuff, is we don't expect any of these guys. If you got drafted, load up for your team. Right, you paid $5. There's 13 games, right? No one needs a diva, right? Nobody in this league is so good where you can't load up 6 games, right? Nobody is, right? There's no green light in here. There's no, day fry, right? So you don't have to ego your team. If your team's not the best, and if you start off the league, 2-6, or you don't like someone, play the rest of your season out. It's good for the league. It's good for your captain. It's good for everyone else involved. We worked really hard on this. Green, anything to say off of that? I mean, I don't know.
I think you nailed it.
That's all I would say about that. You're gonna want to be in this league in the future. Like Pur mentioned, we have a $100 tournament with your team next week, which is free entry. I don't know a league out there that's ever done anything like that, and only in PHA, and you get these sick graphics, man, and we got Pruner's wearing a polo shirt, and I'm in a suit, can't beat this.
You got Printer to say something bad about someone earlier, so that's the benchmark.
Oh no.
Just not as good as somebody else is all that he was saying.
Yeah. that's a Printer insult.
That is a Pruner insult.
Yeah, but let's get over to these power rankings. This is gonna be, or is it draft grades first?
So I think I have the draft grades up here first. I'll go ahead and read them out, and then you can kind of go over why you put them there.
Yeah.
So Rodney's draft grade, season 1 draft for everybody. You got Dragons A++++++++++. They probably kept going off the screen, but obviously felt really good about the Dragons. Frost, I would agree 100%, had a really good draft. Venom, good draft. Emperor's Tides, Inferno, and Royals, all with the B+. And then we start kind of going downhill a little bit. Phantoms, he kind of gave a C, kind of some middle ground there. But he gave Outlaws and Scorpions. I mean, he gave Scorpions an extra F. So, Rodney, Marauder, what's some of the reasoning behind this?
So the Dragons ranked the best is simply because they didn't miss a pick, right? In my opinion, Jada made a comment on this that they have the worst backcourt in the league. I don't think Habesh is he's not a Boots, he's not a Mortal, he's not a drop from 3. I don't think he's a top 3 PG in this league. He's probably around that 5 range. But Canadian didn't miss. He picked a PG he liked, top 3 lock, and then nailed Don Jokic. Contested. Squeezin is a top 3 center back end of this game. Polo is phenomenal. Canadian just didn't miss a pick. So that's the reason they got the A++++ for me. He just didn't miss, and I feel like he got 2 huge value picks that I'll kind of go over later that, no other team got a Polo level talent in the 6th round. Nobody else got like a squeeze level talent in the 5th, in my opinion. And that's why I think, those late round picks is what separated Canadian. And then going to Frosty with A+. I mean, as we mentioned, Green, his draft strategy, trade away the number 1 overall pick, but he picked his next 4 picks were all within like the top 20 or something like that.
Yes.
And when there's 10 other captains and you get 4 picks, before, Bloody even gets a 2nd pick, Frosty had 4 picks. Nuts. That is so nuts. So that's why I had Frosty right there. Let's see. I had the Venom, I think, next at A-. I can't see the graphic right now.
I can pull it up just to double check. We can give everybody a little reminder here. So we've already talked about Dragons and Frost. Felt really good about their drafts. And so Venom has an A-. Was there any particular reason you did A- compared to an A or even an A+?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The Venom. Oh, what is it? They don't have. Who's their back end pruner? Can you remind me? Because they're missing. No, they have Schleused. Their center play is a little bit questionable with Fog. Maybe just because, and you've spoken very highly of Fog, but their centers are Ryan Can't Miss and Fog, and then their Hash. I don't know who's gonna play Hash for them. So that's the only thing.
Evil Twin could play Hash. I know he was drafted kind of late, but he is a good Hash. So yeah, like you said, Schleuse, Fog, Ryan Can't Miss, No Stick, J-Lo Slid, and Evil Twin. But you got Quinn is the co-cap as well.
Yep. So who knows who's gonna play Hash for them? That's kind of the big thing. But stealing Schleuse from the Scorpions, obviously good, and No Stick. Schleuse couldn't talk highly enough about him. I play with No Stick. I know he's a good player, so. They did good. And then the Inferno, Emperors, Royals, and one more team.
Yeah, so it is. I'll pull it back up so we can just have a little reminder here. You have Emperors, Tides, Inferno, and Royals all with a B+. Is it just because they just don't have that specific star power player, or are you worried kind of some of the chemistry there?
They, I think they all made fine draft picks. I don't think any of them got the steals that the Dragons got, in my opinion, the Frost got, the Frost with the big trade, in my opinion, fleeced Bloody, and the Dragons didn't miss and got those steals. And they didn't draft bad. B+ is a good grade.
Right.
Because I don't think any of them did anything exceptional. But no bad picks. I think they did fine. And actually, I had the Phantoms at a C. And Pruner, you kind of convinced me maybe to be more in that B- or B range because, they didn't really miss anyone either, but as per pulled out, I would say the Phantoms are like the only team without a guy. Everyone else has a guy, and I don't feel like the Phantoms have a guy, but they got 5 guys without an ego. I don't know. That's just my
You'd
thoughts.
go for like a C to a B-, like, they're all cool guys, good vibes, all this stuff, but
Right.
like not that guy to do anything higher.
They don't have a Mortal. They don't have a Jaw from 3. They don't have a J-Dub. They don't so that's the only thing with them, but like per point out, they didn't really miss a pick. You know what I mean? So and they don't really have egos, so just my thoughts on that.
I think this is Ham's chance. I think this is going to be his team. He just has to put the ball in the hoop. But I think this is a chance to replace the top hash in the game.
Yep, and then I think my last 2 teams were the Outlaws and then the
Yes, you had Outlaws. I'll pull it back up on the screen for everybody. Outlaws, you have an F, and then Scorpions F-.
Yeah, so we have Bloody in the chat. Bloody, in my opinion, right, when you're a center and you trade, your 14th and 15th pick to go up and get another center, and then you're not picking until pick 30, and there's 64 picks total, and your next pick is pick 30. All the other teams have at least 3 picks before you're getting your second pick. Some like people like Frosty have picked 4 times before you're getting your second pick, and I mean, and especially when you're drafting up to pick a position you already have. I know that's the center that your PG wanted. I think that was really tough. You know, you arguably get like a top 3 center, and the thing about Bloody's team and why his team ranking isn't so low is because Ja truly could be the best point guard in the league, and Ja's a guy who could score 40 points a game. So that's the thing about it. Bloody's saying I could play 2 through 5. Bloody, we're talking about the team. I'm talking about the draft, Bloody. I'm talking about the draft. I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about the draft. I'm talking about the team in a second. And then, Bruner, why don't you cover Dylan's draft? I know it's my rankings, or Schluz, or Green, if you want to cover his draft. I mean, I don't want to rant too much, but
I mean, I don't really know what happened. I thought I was on Dylan's team, and then word was that I'm on Juan's team, which I will take 10 times over. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Dylan was doing, but
Bruner, can you please?
So, if I'm being honest with you, I am doing the roles right now. So, yeah,
what a cop out.
Bruner or Dylan drafted Boots and Schluz 4 and 5 overall. Couldn't start better in the league, and somehow I ended up with neither of them, and that's just heartbreaking. I don't know how something like that happens, but you go from. I mean, Dylan truly, in my opinion, would have like a top 3 team if he just kept Schluz and Boots. Like that is such a phenomenal start.
Yeah, I don't think you're lying.
Point guard and swing are the 2 most important positions in the game. You grab 2 top 3s in those positions, and somehow they're both gone. I mean, that's all I gotta say. So, yeah. Let's go over to the team rankings, and I can break that down.
Absolutely. Just a couple seconds here. Should take us to it. There we go. All right, Rodney's power rankings. We'll just kind of list them out here. So, actually, we got Frost here at the top with an A+, Inferno with an A, Dragons with an A-, Emperors as well with an A-, Royals with a B+, Venom with a B, Tides with a B-, Outlaws with a C, Phantoms with a D+, and then Scorpions once again at the bottom here with an F. What are some thoughts here, Rodney? Why are we ranking them like this?
Yep, I'll just go top to bottom. Frosty's good PG, drafted really well. Not going to talk about that anymore. Inferno, I mean, the thing with the damn Inferno, right, is you have J-Dub and Normal. Like, holy shit, man, that's such a good backcourt. And then they get their swing that they've been playing with for a year. You know, if this BP guy is as good as they're saying, someone help me out. Who did they get at lockdown? J-Dub, who'd you guys get at lock? I'm trying to
take this dunk. You know him as Strip.
Right. He's a good player. I play with him. I mean, they just got a good team. And then we have the Dragons and the Emperors with an A-. I mean, the thing with the damn Dragons, man, I mean, holy shit, they have depth. I mean, Squeezin and Polo should be top. Squeezin and Polo should be starters on, you know, half the teams in the league, but they're on, you know, one of those guys is going to be on the bench, or maybe Canadian's going to be on the bench, but they just have so much depth. Is Habesh going to perform? If Habesh performs, this team's the front runner, in my opinion. But if Habesh can't perform, who knows? And then you got the Emperors. The Emperors, the question with them, Pruner, is who's going to play lock for these guys? It's Jigga, Hato, or Box by Fats. One of these guys is going to need to step up, pull their shorts up, or else they're never going to get a stop.
I think, luckily for them, they have one of the top swings in the league. I mean, amazing when it comes to calling rotation, blitzes. I think they have one of the best swings, so I think that'll help them out a lot.
I agree with you, Pruno, but I do think you need a good lock. But I get what you're saying, for sure. And then the Venom, I guess the question is just who's playing hash for them. I mean, Schluz, you mentioned, you know, Quinn. is probably gonna play hash for you. Shrews, I got you guys ranked at number 5 right now, and in my opinion, you guys have. You could argue, like one of the most talented rosters, but the question is, you got No Stick, Quinn, like, where's everyone gonna fit? You know what I mean?
From what I know, it's gonna be. Shit, I don't know if I should even say it, but yeah, Quinn should be on hash. Uh, Not too sure about the center situation, but I think I think we have a top 3 team.
You think I ranked you too low to B?
Yes, especially dude, me and Juan as
That is a good
uh,
PNRD. That is a very good PNRD. And
dude,
you guys are
Juan.
very offensive. See,
Yes.
my thing with you is, I think a playmaking point guard works better with you guys because Juan's so offensive. You're so offensive. Not that No Stick's No Stick's a phenomenal point guard, but maybe a Habesh would be a better fit. Maybe
I
not.
think to me, I think No Stick is the perfect. I'm not trying to glaze, but he is the perfect in between. Like I call it a playmaker, but playmaking can also be creating his own shot. I think No Stick knows when to switch it up. He knows when to call plays and when to get a bucket, and I think he does a good job of getting almost everyone involved. Like he just makes the right play, bro.
Also, Marauder, you got to remember those are 3 natty winners from SIVA. I mean, you went up against it. You could have
Yep.
defeated it.
But the thing about it, Pruner, is Schlu's had nothing for I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna go on to the next team. So what we had was it Royals next at a B minus? Was that correct?
Yeah, let me double check
Sorry,
it
Ray.
for you. Sorry, I've been responding to some people. We got Venom at a B, or did you go to Tides? I'm sorry.
Yep. So the Royals were at B plus. Okay.
Yeah,
To be honest, I know the least about the Royals. Wait, were the Royals at a B plus?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So Royals are at a B plus. I don't know much about them, but yeah, I'm actually not going to talk too much about them because I just don't know the most about them. Tides, it comes down to is Rip that playmaking point guard that we talked about? Is he going to perform? Pruner, what do you think?
I'm so sorry, man. I'm actually doing the roles. I kid you not. I need.
All right, I'll just
more
talk
team.
by myself. No, it's
All right.
good. No, it's good. I like this. Yeah, it comes down to it. Is Rip gonna perform? KJ, I'm actually gonna move your team up, but the Outlaws, buddy, I moved you guys up to a C, and the only reason these guys are a C is because Ja from 3 is he's a dangerous boy. He's a naughty boy. He can shoot the ball very well. He's just a very good point guard, and I wouldn't be surprised, if the Outlaws are a winning game, Ja will probably, he's going to be in the MVP conversation for sure. And then the Phantoms, I got them ranked at like a D plus or something like that. They definitely need to be higher. As we're kind of like going over their team, I do think the Phantoms are going to be better. Just because they just no egos. They don't have any flaws on their team. They don't have any of those stars, but yeah. And then the Scorpions. I mean, I
how many
want
times?
the Scorpions to win so bad, Green. Like Green, like you know what? What man? Can I? Yeah, I don't know. I think if the Scorpions go 4-9, that would be phenomenal.
Wow.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Wow.
Yep, but
We shall
but
see. Can we recap their team again, just that way we're just all on the same
yep.
impression about
So
them?
I think that's PHA Lanes who PHA's not bad, and then T, and then Dark, Dallas, Penmat, Choco, and Lonzo Bald. And Choco's not bad, Lonzo's not bad, but like you're trading up for these guys that they're not bad players, right? But trading away Boots and Schleus is what you sacrifice that for, right? So that's what hurts about it. That's what hurts about it. You know what I mean? So, um, again, you listen to that team and you're like, wow, that team, isn't bad. That there's not a bad name on that list. The thing about it is, I mean, you had Boots and Schlues, and I don't think they have like a top 5 guy at any position on their team. So, and I could be mistaken, but I mean,
Hey, Henmat though. I love that. I'm gonna start saying that. I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
yeah, but they get Henmat on their team, so
So, really quick, sorry, but looks like we have our first transaction of the season, believe it or not. So it looks like the Houston Venom have decided to drop Ryan, and they picked up Magic SD. So looking at it, looks like he is on Siva. He is a rookie, and he just won a natty. So it looks like they got stronger.
all right. Well, poor Ryan is in the stream, and he said insane. So, we're gonna talk about how transaction works, guys. But essentially, if you're not on a team to start the season, so Ryan, you didn't start on a team, you're gonna get your $5 back. Um, if you get picked up midway through the season, we're probably not gonna have you guys paid, and we'll probably give you guys like a small part of the pot. But like Ryan, unfortunately, like you got dropped live on stream here. It's kind of heartbreaking, especially since you're my guy. But um, yeah, probably what we're gonna do, Ryan, is we'll refund you, and midway through the season, if you get picked up again, you don't gotta pay us back, and you win the chip, throw you a couple bones.
So what the real question is: does Venom's power ranking go up or down with that decision?
Well, they no longer have the rec YouTuber, right, Green? So that's the question. So, I don't know. I haven't seen Magic play, so it's hard to.
I like the rec YouTuber. I think it goes down just a little bit, but that's just my opinion. I don't know everybody too well, so that's just hindsight will be 2020, obviously.
Yep. But yeah, any thoughts on my rankings, guys? Yeah. Who looking at my rankings, Green and Pur, who would you move above other teams, and like if you guys could like analyze, what you would change.
Let's take a look here. I'm going to go back to it. I went back to the draft grades, and I'm going to the rankings now. I mean, obviously, I'm a little biased because I'm on the Royals. I think Royals will be pretty good. So maybe at least an A minus. Maybe I give it the extra bump. I'm just kidding. I'm not being serious at all. But let's see here. I think the Tides could definitely be a little bit better just because of like the chemistry part of it that we talked about. It maybe now put them above Venom due to this recent transaction that's taken place live. But really, other than that, now I'm not one that I like to give people F, so I may give the Scorpions, like a D minus. But other than that, I think everything that you said was pretty spot on for the most part.
Sure. Burner, are you still doing rolls? Or
I am welcoming everyone to their team.
Oh,
okay, nice.
Phenomenal.
I will say that I believe for the Venoms, the B rating is wrong to begin with, and I think it just went up. We got a natty winner and a rookie in the pros. I mean, he proved himself in SIBA, one of the biggest leagues, and otherwise we had a rec center, so there's no way it goes down.
It's cold.
Wow.
Ryan is not a rec center. You gotta stop slandering my boy.
That's what you referred him to as.
No, that is. We were kind of joking,
No,
but
I was being funny.
let me. While we have all the captains in here, let me, say something. Ryan, I've played with him before. I told him, I'm like, wow, you're actually a lot better than I thought because he does YouTube. He's just because he does get on YouTube. I did YouTube, right? And I had to deal with Ryan what was dealing with. It's like, oh, look, Marauders and Pro-Am, and then I want to, now all I do is Pro-Am because, I started, running shit. So, Ryan's not that, he's not even, like, not that bad. Ryan's good. So I encourage a team to pick Ryan up in free agency, get this guy some runs. I'm serious. He deserves to be on a roster. That's all I'm going to say. But, anyways, let's go to the biggest.
That was very passionate, but we can definitely turn around and talk about the biggest steals and the biggest reaches.
I'm fired up, Green. Let's go, man.
So definitely the biggest steals. I agree with all these 100%. Squeezing going in the 5th at pick 8 to the Dragons. I think Dragons really got some good back-to-back steals in the 5th and the 6th. I mean, Polo, I need that. Squeezing plays what? He's
He main center, but he's a good back end too. But Squeezing, is his main position center.
Good. Well, I mean, I think you just got really 2 good players in really good positions there. And then it's Buka. That was the one that Smooth said, or Big said that was, he couldn't believe that, right? Or was that somebody else?
No, that was Schleuzed.
Oh, Slew said that. Okay, gotcha. So you just think that's a phenomenal steal. Should not have gone later than the 3rd. So a 5th pickup there is. Would you say it's bigger than the other 2?
Oh wait, can you turn the?
I sure can. So Squeezin is a center and a backup swing who got picked up in the 5th, pick 8, and then you have Polo, or I need that Hash. He got picked up in the 6th at pick 3.
I have heard those names. I'm not too familiar with their game.
Okay.
But I have seen Squeezing, I think, all over, like.
You've seen him all over Twitter.
Yeah, I've seen Squeezing all over. So, I mean, that's just from public opinion, but just chemistry-wise, yeah, I think Wu is a complete steal.
Okay. Phenomenal. What was your? Is this like ranked in a certain way, or is this just, hey, these are just some best value picks?
Again, I don't want to talk about my guy too much, but yeah, it was ranked. I mean, I play with Wu or Buka a lot, and he's a guy who I think should have gone a lot earlier. But yeah, Squeezing. These people don't know him, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, people are gonna see. I mean, he's definitely not going to be a backup. Canadians probably going to end up, starting Squeezing and trading Dad Jokic, or trading Squeezing for something hefty. Or
wow.
But the thing about the Dragon, they just have so much value on their bench, where they can trade up, like. Don Jokic or Squeezing is probably gonna get traded at some point this season. I would have to imagine, because
early predictions
so Rod,
here.
let me ask you this, right?
Yep.
Meter Dan or Squeezing?
Meter Dan overall. But ask Schleuz what he thought of Meter Dan.
All right,
so.
Hey, I'll let you know that I'm actually better this year. Well, I don't know about necessarily at this month, but this overall year I was better than 24. So take that as.
There's a screenshot out there of Meter Dan going 15 for 15 with 30 points against Schleuz.
There's also a screenshot of us winning the national championship over you, buddy.
Pretty crazy stuff when you think about it. So,
there's also a screenshot of us winning the Natty over you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, but it certainly wasn't defense, Schleuz. Let me tell you that. I mean,
it was. I got the most clutch stop of that fucking game.
You got meter dunked, I think, 40 gazillion times.
It doesn't matter. We won. It doesn't matter.
It's so I mean.
Sorry, buddy. Cole Carter.
But anyways.
Let's talk about these reaches.
Yeah. Good call, Green.
Oh man, T's name has come up once again. Do we need to rehash this one?
No, I'm gonna let it be. Again, T's not a bad player. Pick 17 though, man, that just I mean, again, like these reaches, I'm just gonna leave it.
All right.
One that I was gonna say one that I can cover though is Green, because Preem is actually my second biggest reach. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Mm-hmm.
So Preem, probably a top 3 big, but trading up to get a center versus trading up to get like let's say drop from 3s in the draft. Let's say Mortals in the draft. Let's say go get the best point guard on the board. Maybe makes sense. There's 21 damn centers in here, Green. We don't need to trade up to get a damn center. You can get, Go get Don Jokic in the third, man. Go get Al Capone in the second. Go get squeezed in. I guess you can get squeezed into the fifth round. You know what I mean? You don't need to trade up and completely lose your second and third round pick to go get a center. And I understand it for a point guard maybe, but to me that was buddy, that's why you got rated an F in my opinion. Not to say Preem's bad. Preem's probably a really good player. I'm excited to see him play. Going up to get a center at the first overall pick spot.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see it that often. I mean, I don't say that to diss anybody, but you don't normally see a center in the one. But again, all adults, all gonna make our decisions at the end of the day. So that's all we can really do. The last part of this slide that we had was Stokegate. Oh my god, I cannot. It's been a long day. Whatever his name is, Blick. Round two. Yeah, there you go. To the Phantoms. I know you give Phantoms some low grade, so you think that was a reach?
Yep. Per, you've actually convinced me that it's not a reach, and I rescind my.
Oh, he's rescinding.
Yes, because, I like him. I have no bad things to say about him. And you know what it is, Green? I'll tell you exactly what it is. Hold tight.
Okay,
it's
I'm holding.
Because you see all these guys with like these big names, right? That it's like, oh, you gotta get Stop Mortal and you gotta get J-Dub because those are the known guys, right? Like the big pro-am names.
Right.
Stojakovic's an unknown guy, right? So it's like, oh, you can just get Pimp later, you know what I mean? But who knows, like the thing is Pimp, just because he doesn't have those names that all these guys in the first and second round do, doesn't mean he's not as good as these guys. I mean, that's pro-am for you. There's a lot of guys that didn't get a chance because of their name, and there's a lot of guys that are, get a bunch of shine just because they have a name, So,
right. Well, I mean, there's a lot that's undrafted that probably is better than some drafted in the mid rounds. I mean, I'm just saying that's complete just observance, right? Like, and just me playing with some people and stuff like that. Maybe some people that didn't get drafted that are better, but or not as good. So, I mean, it's all, like you said, it's all up to that name, really.
Yep. But I think that's all the slides we have.
Yes.
Green, I know you got to have something for us. Or Per, you got anything to say? Or
I'm sorry, I just got done finishing everything. So
I appreciate it. If Pruner beat me to it, I was literally about to get on my phone and do it because I'm just so used to doing that automatically. So that was definitely very nice. No, everybody's done a real good job. Appreciate all the commentary for everybody. I even try to give them my little input where I can. I'll start learning these players as I play with them too. So that'll be good. But I appreciate everybody for joining the stream. That's great. I think we had, we'll have to look at the numbers, but we had a lot of people in here at one time. So I appreciate the support. Appreciate the follows. I hope that y'all enjoyed the stream. Sorry about the little bit of stuff there at the end, but hey, each stream is just going to get better. That's all I can do. So Rod, Pruner, Slews, everybody else that joined, appreciate y'all joining up and providing input. I think everything went smoothly for the most part. So
yes, sir.
Last comments,
sir,
concerns, thoughts, feelings, passions. I think we left a lot of those out there over the past hour 42.
I don't know if we mentioned it or not. We might have when I was doing the rolls, but the season does start tomorrow. Tomorrow we want to have some. We're going to go ahead and stream the games as well. That way we can go ahead and commentate on the games, right, Marauder? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that's correct.
Do we have a tourney that we need to talk about as well?
Yes, give me just a quick second here.
You're good. I think I got the stream pulled up on the other thing for a second. I'm going to swap to it just for anybody who's staying. I'm going to go to the announcements real quick. I'm just going to pull up a little screenshot that we have of it.
So I'm going to go ahead and also announce the important dates. So like I said, tomorrow the season starts. It's going to be a 2-week season, 13 games. You have 2 weeks to get those games in. It's open schedule, so you can play whenever you would like. Don't care, just get your games done. Rated deadline, it's going to be June 29th. On June 29th, you will not be able to make any more trades after 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to get trades, let us know before 3 p.m. If not, then you will be stuck in your team. The next is going to be, the end of the season is going to be July 6th. If the holiday kind of messes around with that, we'll go ahead and adjust that. But so right now, it's going to be July 6th. The playoffs are going to start on July 7th. You have 2 days to get the first round in. going to be July 7th and 8th. Second round, 9 and 10. And the finals is going to be 11th through the 12th. That will be our timeline. If anything changes, we'll go ahead and reach out to you guys.
Perfect. And then I did pull up here on the stream the PHA kickoff tourney. $100 cash prize only for the PH teams only. Saturday, June 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Single elimination bracket, survive in advance. And then remember, just the eligibility is drafted. PHA teams only, win or go home. Was there any additional details to that, or was that pretty much it?
Nope. We'll be doing a wheel that will say who plays who.
Okay.
Yeah, best of one. You win, you advance, you lose. Sucks to suck.
Yeah, free $100 though, basically, right? Like that's just what we're doing for just the people that have already paid. So you've already paid to be drafted and in the league and stuff like that. This is just a kickoff tournament that we'll be doing during this time frame.
To add to that, like Marauder has been saying, this isn't part of the pot. So this is money from the mods here. I want to say big shout out to Smooth. He's the one who made this possible.
Thank you, Smooth.
So, yeah, round of applause to him. He's been
Awesome.
working very hard.
Awesome. That was pretty much, I think, all that we really had. Any last thoughts, feelings?
Yeah, drop a like and sub.
Yep, I was gonna say that, and I was gonna say, you know, appreciate your green, Smooth, Pruner, and everyone in the league, and I'm excited to watch some hoops tomorrow, fellas.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
So, yeah,
Get it?
All right.
That's good. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
See y'all. Bye. Thanks.
Take it easy, bro.